episode 22 of the BMF Reverberation podcast on the Konfidence in the Klutch network. New media, energy, up, baby, health and wealth. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, man. Most important, take care of them children, man. Listen, and I was tripping. y'all know when it went to the vocal track that he really recorded. Y'all know y'all was rolling, fam. I was rolling, and I was tripping. All right, y'all. Let's get into it, man. What we know so far. Episode 304. Stacks is pissed at him getting robbed by Techwood, and they killed Ty, so he's ready to ride for that. Meech is happy they moved 2,500 kilos in Detroit, and he's talking to T about it and what they could do nationwide. Meech likes, rips, raps, and telling him he got a talent. Brian asks Henry what he has to do to get his son some protection in juvie since his guy put him in her crew to help him make some money. Jen gets hit on the job that Brian was transporting for Henry, and Brian kills the shooter from Henry's crew. Remy gives lunches and hope to the kids in Techwood. Brian gets arrested trailing Meech and the pilot from the airport. Lucille asks church choir member Sister Riley if she's sleeping with Charles. She had the wrong one. T says he's going down to Atlanta with Meech, and Glock asks Stacks to help him kill Meech, and he'll help him kill Remy. That's where we at, y'all. Current episode 305, The Battle of Techwood. Synopsis. Meech and Terry rediscover the black mecca of Atlanta. Both brothers learn the process of breaking into the scene in Atlanta will not be as easy when they are met with the old guard who wants to retain. All right, y'all. Oh, no iPad. Let me get it. Recap of 305. Hold up. And I was tripping. Running to the streets, who I wanna meet, and I wanna meet, and I wanna be, I wanna me, and I wanna me, and I was tripping. Oh shit, this the wrong chord, cause I'm tripping. Dog, they really recorded a song though. I think that's Charles singing on that joint. Russell Hornsby, my man. Hold on now, Lucille. Hold on now, Lucille. Just wait a minute. Just hold on and put that tape. Man, I can't wait to get to that part. Let's do it, y'all. Hey, come ride, man. Let's ride. All right. And I was tripping. I was tripping, man. All right. Let's get serious now. All right, man. Whew. Overall feelings, very heavy episode with some of the things that transpired in it. First of all, the trigger warning of sexual assault and suicide. We say self-transitioning on this show. In my life, I say self-transitioning. And to make it so bad, it happened to the same person, man. Very hard to see. All right, we rolling now. Let's do it. Strap in, baby. Meech and T at the Platinum Palace with the crew. How are they there with the beef with the MKs that be up in that joint after the fight? Remy's crew after the fight, and Greenie after whooping his ass. They ain't scared? Hell no, they ain't scared. That's why they up in there, right? Loco talks to Meech about how Rapido, he moved away in the D, and Meech told him, nah, T helped me, because he knew he need to merge that with him and T, right? T helped me, Loco. Loco shook it up with T like, all right, dope. And T was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad doing business with you, blah, 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 blah. So Meech talked about moving weight to STL with Loco, and he's like, okay, we need to go down there and check it out. And here comes Stacks capping that, hey, what's up, nigga? Woo, 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 woo. Stacks walked up and got introduced to T. Oh, yeah, nigga. Shouty. Duh. Here goes the bullshit, right? Here go the bullshit already, yo. Stacks taps Meech. Hey, Meech. They're going to punk ass Remy right there and sees Remy. So you know what happens next. Whoosh. The whole crew gets up and shit. And they walking through the motherfucking. And we know who we seeing next. Meech's motherfucking right hand. Meech's right hand is undefeated. Damn, Meech was cold. Meech just whooped everybody's ass. But have we ever seen Meech straight box with a motherfucker? He just catch a motherfucker off guard, just, you know what I mean? And it's over once you catch you off guard. Vlaka. Bomb first. Leave that hair burst bleed. You don't want to hear no shit this evening, believe me. right? But come on, man. Meech's right hand. Another fight. Shit, T even hit a nigga upside the head with the bottle. Like the sister, who was that? That was Mo's like niece or little sister. She hit a nigga, blah, blocker. So outside, Big T was like, yo, what's up with all that shit, man? And Meech blew him off like, shit, it is what it is. And then they said, oh shit, they see Mac Attack the boxers out there. So I don't know if Mac Attack was like a fake ass Tyson or whatever, but we see Mac Attack, the boxer out there, and he had a Rolls Royce with subs up under the seats with bulletproof stash boxes that had jewelry in it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope. It was dope as hell. And I'm like, oh shit. And that, you know, then shots rang out. And then they man Diesel, who they were just out celebrating that he just got out to join or whatever the hell, or holding or whatever. He got hit. R.I.P. to Diesel. And you know, Meech, I'm gonna do everything for the family. I'm gonna take care of the funeral. And so they go back to Duffy's, and Stacks is blaming Remy and wants to go to Techwood to take him out, which is part of the plan with Glock. Part of the plan with Glock. No one thinks that it's a good idea to go straight into Techwood, but as Meech always say, if they violate, we have to demonstrate. You know what I mean? T ain't with it. I want to go to St. Louis to get this money. This shit down here ain't got shit to do with what we doing up in Detroit, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? T ain't looking at the long range game, the whole picture of the organization. If they violate, we got to demonstrate. That's what Cuz said, though, right? So, yeah. We see Charles with Sister Riley, right? And she was like, yeah, we haven't seen y'all since you left Pastor Swifty Church and all this. Like, yeah, we found the better church home for us. It was all good. And he wanted to show her the song he composed. This motherfucker writes music. Charles Cole like that. This song I composed for Lucille to win her back. And he's smiling and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering, Sister Riley, can you make the church band make an instrumental for me off the music? And she was humming it like, that's what she hummed. She hummed. And I was tripping. So dope. However, Lucille's hating ass cousin seen it, and she gonna run her ass up out the. Run her ass up out of there. After she see them shake hand, and Charles like, thank you. And he put his other hand on top, like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like his hand on the bottom, her hand right here, and Charles' hand on top. So he got two hands like, thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because he's trying to do everything he can to win Lucille back after he fucked up. So of course her hating ass cousin gonna run and tell. And my thing is, you punk ass women and you punk ass niggas out here, why not go and say, hey, let a motherfucker know I saw you with another motherfucker. Therefore, it's on you now, because you know you saw me. I done seen motherfuckers out with motherfuckers and ain't told nobody just because I ain't none of my business, and I don't know. We think we know the dynamics of motherfucking relationship. I don't know. Your girl could be the best girl that we see when we together as a crew, but when we ain't there, you might be all types of hoe ass bitch ass niggas in your head. So I'm not telling shit. You know what I'm saying? It all depends what she got to be doing some foul shit, like seeing her out with another motherfucker. I don't know if that's a coworker. I don't know what you allow your wife to do or your girl to do. That ain't my. Now it could come to, hey man, so and so said she saw you out. You saw her out? Yeah. Now she could have lied. She could have said, I saw him, to try to get me to say, oh yeah, I saw her too. Just say I saw her. It depends on the level of detail. Did she say she was with the dude, or did she say she was out with her homies? Because women will go out with their girls, talking about, I'm out with my girls drinking after work, but the dude will come earlier. So if I'm with my girls, I meet my girls at 7, but I'm with my girls. I say I'm after work with my girls, but I'm meeting with the dude at 5:30. My girls ain't getting here to 7. I'm telling you, I'm with them now. Women. So we know she's going to run and tell. But why she didn't go say Charles and let him know you saw him? That way when you tell, it'll be nothing at all, you fucking clown. All right. So we see Brian got out the joint. Henry's cousin picked him up. And bad acting. These the shiftiest looking ass motherfuckers picked him up. And it's a dude sitting right behind Brian. Brian, you police. You know you never let nobody sit right behind you. All right. So Brian, he thinks there's something fishy going on. So in the back seat, the nigga in the front keep on looking at the eyes and shit like this, silly ass shit. The nigga in the back, he pulls out a knife. Motherfucker, why that knife ain't on you? Why are you leaning forward to? That's bad acting. The suspense. What is he reaching for? Is it a gun? Is it a knife? What the fuck is he reaching for? So he reaching and shit, and Brian, it's okay if I smoke in here, cuz. And he pushed the thing in for the cigarette thing, trying to, man, this motherfucker finna try to make a move. And yeah, nigga, I got his ass. You know what I'm saying? And then it was, so dog tried to, he put out the knife and shit in the backseat and tried to stab him. The nigga driving, firing Brian in his shit. Bow, 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 trying to drive his shit. Brian, man, make it up, me motherfucker, get up, me motherfucker. And he tried to get the thing, and he got the thing and burned his hand. He burned his hand and grabbed the knife and stabbed that nigga like, bow, 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 bow. Like, oh. Poked his ass. Then he opened up the door and rolls the barrel roll out. Police move, nigga. Damn. All right, so what now, right? So Brian has to either go to Henry's pops and let him know what happened, or he gonna have to kill Henry, right? That's what I say. You know I'm more to kill Henry. That relationship with the daddy, that's gonna be what that's gonna be. If you go there, he might ride with his daughter and you might be super assed out. So you just gonna have to kill Henry B. Because that's his daughter. So, you know what I mean? Otherwise you just don't fuck with him no more. But remember, he doing all this shit for Cav. So T gets at Meech about the war in the A. Like, this ain't the party that you said it was, Meech. There's a lot of shit going on. This ain't no party, right? So T doesn't want Meech to attack Remy on his home turf. Like, that's dumb. Meech wants to take them out in their own hood thinking they're complacent and they ain't thinking about a motherfucker coming and get them. That's what Meech want to do, right? He has a point there, but come on, Meech, you going to another motherfucking turf. They know where the hiding spots is. Like, they said all that shit, right? Stacks, T, and Meech roll through Techwood to get a lay of the land for the attack. Now all of a sudden, Stacks, yeah, man, I got a bitch up in here, you know what I'm saying, to get me in. Huh? How she walk you through there and you talk all that shit about Ty Washington, but you going over there to see a bitch? That should have been Meech's first sign, right? So they roll through Techwood and shit to see and all that shit, right? So here we go with Jen and Amberson talk. Excuse me, guys. Every time Amberson talks, is it going to be about her past and her family? What the fuck? But Amberson got the guy who housed they raided when she did the G.I. Joe move and jumped over the couch and landed on Cuz. She got him to sing about the ambulance, and he says he got it for Twan, who works for Henry and all this shit, right? So they're wondering who Henry is, and Jen freezes up when Amberson says the guy driving the ambulance wouldn't know because the guy driving the ambulance got away, right? Okay, so now we know Jen, like, shit, I got to say something about Brian, but, you know, the suspense of the thing, she's looking at the thing like, yeah, with the music, like, oh my gosh, what should I do? Type shit. But, you know, the other motherfucker's dead, we know, but Brian, we got to find a driver. Jen is going, at this point in time in the show, like, Jen is going to protect Brian, but get at him about Henry. She going, whatever, but we know Jen said, motherfucker, you going to burn. You know what I mean? Because of shit you done did. So we got to see. Henry got the new Jack City set up. Thick chicks up there. Like, this is every dope dealing thing. We got to show the women bagging up naked and all that, right? Naked women backing up, they ain't going to steal from you. But you got dudes there with the guns that could be backing up for you, but that you don't trust, but you trust in. So Henry, I'm trying to understand. Is her cousin named Twan? I forget. But her main right-hand man, she gets at him about Bryant and how he got away, right? He like, man, he got away type shit. So she like, the nigga in the backseat like, hold on, fam. How the fuck you get away? What's going on with you, man? Hey, let's squabble, nigga. Let's squabble, cuz. So she wants to squabble with him like, man, I ain't fighting no girl. And they looked at him like, oh shit, that's not a girl type shit. Like, fuck, that's a woman, right? So then she got mad that he called her a girl and shit and fired him in this shit. Vlaco. Then he was like, man, I ain't fighting you, man. I know all this shit, man. I'm hurt. And she's like, oh, nigga, you hurt, bitch ass nigga. And she like, that's some that's me, man. She done cut herself and shit. Like, oh, man, she tough than a bitch. She's done cut herself like dog. She cuts herself like he's cut. Like, crazy motherfucker. You got an advantage. And what the fuck? Like, yo, crazy ass shit. I don't know if it's TV. All right, so him be boxing, they boxing and shit. Then she aka stagger his ass up like 6 times, like, and she's like, put protection on Kevin. Like, damn, what the fuck? So that's Henry is something wrong with her. She mad at Brian when you got pure weight, You got your load in. He helped you get it in. Your man's got killed, but that wasn't because of Bryant. That's because niggas knew to play. Because you was talking too much in the streets. Stupid though, but that's where so she doing a whole bunch of extra shit for no reason, if you ask me. So we see Rip in the studio, and he got a booty bouncing song. I bounce that ass, bitch. Let me see it happen. Let's see it clapping. You know what's happening type shit, right? You know what I'm saying? And he like, Meech, I want you to listen to music, man. If something happened to me, man, let the world hear my music. And Meech like, yo, nigga, no, man, I need you to get off the streets, fam. You down with us all the way. You BMF, nigga, you with us, but I don't need you in the streets, man. You got a gift. You need to use that gift. But, you know, Rip like, I'm down, nigga. I ain't leaving the streets. So we see T come in, and he asked Meech about Stacks, and Duffy let him know he stepped off. Like, you know what I mean? So T like, hold on, man. What the fuck you mean he stepped off and this nigga back? What the fuck? How you letting this nigga back? And I got this nigga conjuring up this shit. Meech, you don't think that's an issue? T's on the right path. So we transition, we see Lucille in the crib with the new pastor, right? And she asked Lucille, would she be her assistant pastor, assistant pimp, right? Talking about, I like your dedication and all this shit. You got the largest donation the church ever had. Yeah, you get us the largest donation, then we gonna put you up because you a motherfucking revenue generator. Come on. And she like, we can't pay you full time to quit your job though, but we can give you some paper, and maybe later on we can transition you in the full time. And Lucille was like, that's a big ass. Let me pray on it. Lucille, that's what you want. You better take the shit. Huh? So we see Angel. Angel surprises Meech, which it's just, I asked my boss to honor, can I just have the club for a couple hours? It's just me and you in here at the club, right? Her little thick, short ass. So she dancing, doing all this shit. You can tell she's a professional dancer. However, her strip tease was cold, though. You know what I mean? You want to watch her ass, you know what I'm saying? I ain't into the stripping shit. But her little movements and dances and the seduction nature of that shit, she was cold. She had that shit down. I was, where my money at? It ain't funny, batch. What you want to do, you can get all of that. Front and back, on top. It don't stop. Pussy pop, it don't stop. Fuck my ops. I don't care. Pull out the thing and spray it everywhere. Hey. She told Meech, I don't feel good about your Remy shit. I don't want to lose you, right? But then Meech said, you ain't got to worry about it. Pull this shit down on stage. I can. Yeah, get that shit. And because, not saying the woman got to be short, but when she is shorter than you can do a little bit more things with her. You hear me? She's a little bit more flexible. You can walk around with her, put her on the wall, put her in the chair like that. Because her feet were suspended, she was able to work that shit. Work that shit, Angel. Yeah. Long leg girls do other shit though, because they feet on the ground, and it's aka different angles. It's about them angles. I see Angel. She can be my main hoe. Back if it was 96, tell that bitch is on it. So we see Lucille's crazy ass cousin. I told you she was gonna come. Estelle comes over. Where this motherfucker at? This and that. Give me the shit. We gonna fuck him up. Where is shit at? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, but we know for Lucille, this is what she needed to hear, right? To get her shit off. Because we know she fucked with the doctor already, right? So Estelle gets up out the crib or whatever, right? And Charles come home, and Lucille standing there just with the bat. Like, yeah, motherfucker. She got the bats leaning up against the wall. Like, yeah. And I'm thinking, Lucille, wait a minute, cuz. Wait a minute, Lucille. Wait a minute. Let me get up in this bitch a little bit, man. Lucille, I thought we were separated and you wanted a divorce, Lucille. Why the fuck you got this bat at me like this, Lucille? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even, and it makes it bad, cuz didn't even do shit. But he had that tape from Sister Riley. I got this tape. You know what I'm saying? Lucille got to revving that bat up like she was Barry Bonds in this bitch. And Charles got that, put that tape in, and then music got to playing boom, got the boom, doom. And Charles got that guitar, and the track went from the mics to a vocal track and shit. And this motherfucker lip syncing, and man, come on, B. This motherfucker lip syncing, man, and man. And I was slipping. Lucille ate that shit up, right? So dope. Shout out to Sister Riley. You know what I mean? And they talking. And Charles, I don't want my past and the future to look the same. He like, who says the past and the future can't look the same? Hell yeah, Charles. And they kissed and shit. And Lucille looked at his eyes and let him upstairs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Good. Get that shit, Charles. Hit that shit, Nick. Yeah. That shit, Charles. Yeah. Oh. I got too excited. Charles got him some shit. So Meech at the crib, everybody at his crib, you looking at fly shit for the crew, talking about, man, we gonna be, everybody with me gonna be dripped and draped out, basically shit. Everybody gonna be dope, looking dope, got dope shit. You know what I mean? Love that. So Tiana come in, right? That's her name, Lil T. Tiana, I think it's Tiana. She comes in and says, Stax is playing them. I did what you asked me to, Meech. Stax is playing them. You know what I mean? MK's did the drive-by at the club. That wasn't Techwood. So he's like, damn, all right then. So everybody like, see. So Meech's like, yo, man, we got to send a message to Remy about this shit, man. We got to figure this shit out because we all finna get slaughtered type shit. So he asked Angel, like, yo, you still fuck with the strippers that Remy knows? Like, yeah, everything is a conversation, Meech. And he's like, yeah, we need to send a message to him through him that we need to meet since that's crossed him. So we know Meech still has to kill Remy for the tie shit though. Ain't no alliance type shit, but if they get the MKs out the way, shit, they can get rid of all their problems. They don't want that. Meech don't want that Techwood shit, and they'll be, you know what I'm saying? They'll do some other shit. Duffy like, fuck Stax, right? Then Meech wanted to make a temporary deal with Remy for BMF in broad daylight. So not at the nighttime like they said, the sneak attack. Now it's broad daylight. And he's like, then we can outmaneuver the MKs and then finish off Remy. So he's like the 2 for 1. Now that's what I'm talking about, Meech. That shit makes sense than at the nighttime sneaking, trying to go up in the motherfucker running and killing motherfuckers, right? So here we go with the Amberson and her family shit, right? They're at Jen's crib, right? And Amberson's dad is running for re-election, and I don't understand why her story is so important up in there, but Amberson's rehab consistently comes up. So the dad shit is on her now. Well, I was in rehab and he wasn't fucking with me, but now I'm not in rehab. He's looking at me as a retribution story and all this shit and show me off and that. I'm like, that's fucked up. But Jen said she has to tell Amberson something, not at the precinct. They was at the precinct, right? And I'm like, don't drop dime on Brian G. Meech and T roll to Techwood, right? And they up in there walking through Techwood, and Stack's chick calls him. He let him know they here, talking about some shit finna go down. So we know what's finna happen next. We see Brian to go see Kev, and he's all fucked up. And I was slipping. That ain't funny though. Shit finna get real with Kev. And the people that was supposed to protect him are beating him. And Kev said they held him down and put down his pants. And that's all Kev had to say, man. Damn, Kev. Damn, young blood. And Dad told him, though, like, blood, I just need you to hang on just a little bit longer, man. I'm going to get you up out of here. Just hang on a little bit longer, Kev. That's a lot for a kid that wasn't in the life. He just squeezed that trigger, though, but it's a lot going on, man. Why, Howard being the police, though, right? And I understand he killed somebody, but he should have some type of connection that Kev should be PC'd to fuck up in there. You know what I mean? Let me know that they got protective custody in juvenile facilities, because Cash should be PC'd to fuck up knowing he's a cop's kid anyway. They gonna fuck him up in there. So now Jen and Amberson are at Jen's crib and shit. And Jen let Amberson know Brian was driving the ambulance. She wants to leverage Brian though, and Jen was like, yo, I want to leverage him. Amberson like, we need to arrest him and shit. They're both with it. And they drinking a 6-pack. Two women cops drinking a 6-pack of Miller Lite, yo. Like, they had to piss like a motherfucker. Anytime I drink Miller beers make me piss. The well is opened up. Excuse me. The well is opened up with that Miller shit, man, for real. Meech and the crew walking through Techwood, right? All the residents shook. They running out the way because they like, yo, this finna be some shit. And they're outnumbered as they should be going into Techwood. It's a lot of motherfuckers, man, and they all got shit, right? Remy comes out. Meech tells them the MKs are trying to ambush them tonight. And Remy ain't going like, motherfucker, how you know that? You must have been whatever. So Meech is like, they got military type shit, and you can't compete with them, dog. But they coming to ambush you. and all that shit. We trying to save y'all, so we need to get them. And Remy's like, fuck that shit, and everybody pulls out. And I'm like, damn. Luckily, nobody got the order. Nobody's on that trigger finger, because that shit would have been all out. Plenty of motherfuckers would have died right then and there, right? So we see Jen still, and Brian goes to Jen about Kev. And he's like, yo, man, I need you to help me with Kev and all this shit, man. And she wants to know about Henry, and then someone starts shooting. Like, I tell you everything about Henry, whatever, but I need you to help me with Kev, and blah, 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 blah. So then we see Remy and Meech, right? They face-to-face guns and shit. Then we hear gunshots, and everybody starts scattering and shit, right? It's the MKs with that shit. Shoot out like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then we see Remy and his man running to one of the apartments and shit, and his little guy, this little guy that he liked a lot came in, like, Remy, I'm down now. Fuck these niggas, Remy, I'm down with you. And he had a gun and shit from one of his guys that dropped on the ground. And Glock came in, no mercy, motherfucker, no mercy, and killed a kid. Damn, Glock. Ooh. Man. So we go back to Jen's, and that's Henry outside blasting. So we got two shootouts simultaneously going on at the same time. Here we go with the unbelievable bullshit moment of the show. How she know where Jen lived? We can say she followed Brian, right? Right. Jen popped Henry's guy, though. Amberson got hit multiple times. R.I.P. Detective Amberson. We were so involved in her story, then she died. What the fuck? So then, of course, we get back to the big shootout. Techwood, Rip got killed, of course. They set it up with the whole make sure my music live on and all that shit. Handguns versus ARs will never work. These motherfuckers got assault rifles. Some of them motherfuckers got, the Techwood cats got, they ain't got assault rifles. They got submachine guns and shit, SMGs and shit. So you see T pick up an AR now, he's straight, and he helps Meech get ripped. They ain't gonna leave Rip there. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna leave Rip there, his body there. They trying to get Rip. And then we see Sterling and the PA boys come over that hill, nigga. Oh, nigga, you see Sterling and the PA boys came in at the right time as the cavalry, and everybody, they clicked, blocker, pushed all the motherfuckers back, because they was handling them MKs, though, but it was just, they wasn't going to last that shit out, outlast that shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Stacks talking shit, yeah, motherfuckers, you niggas better go, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, motherfucker. And Glock looked like, you silly buffoon-ass nigga, and shot him. Stupid ass. And then he was talking shit, fuck you, nigga. And then Glock wet his ass up and baka. R.I.P. Stacks, bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Man, woo. So we see Bryant. Right? Because when he had to get out of Jen's crib, he couldn't be there, and the cop got killed in the shootout and shit. He couldn't be there, right? Because he got a beep and shit. And he's like, I gotta go. I'll get back with you though. So we see him going to the morgue, and we knew what the fuck was going on, man. Hard part to watch, man. Hard part to watch. You know what I mean? You know, when you're dealing with anybody in your life with pain and mental health issues, it's a battle. It's a struggle. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to help them every day. So it was only so much he can do with him being in jail, though. He couldn't change that circumstance for Kev. So Brian goes to the morgue, and Kev is there. He self-transitioned. R.I.P. Kev, yo. It was very hard as fuck to watch. Fuck again. I just want all these kids to just understand, just hold on a little bit longer, man. But I mean, Kev life got turned upside down, and Kev got to understand he gets better. He left a message for his dad with his final drawing, man. That shit hurt right there. That final drawing, and you know what I'm saying? He'll always love, I love you, and you're going to always be bruiser than me and all this shit. And, man, it was very, very, very hard. I actually had to hold back tears watching that shit. That shit was hard to watch. R.I.P. Kev, man. All right. We see Meech back at the crib, and he got Rip's tape and vows to put it out on the streets. His music live on forever. Sterl told Meech, you know what I mean? Meech was thanking him for coming down with the PA boys, and he came with Hoop. And he was like, yo, man, you don't owe us shit. We family, Meech. And T wants Meech to leave the A with him and come back home. And Meech's like, dog, I can't leave my family down here. These Detroit niggas down here. And I got some Atlanta niggas too, man. I can't leave them down here. His family's there in the A, man. So, you know, T really got to take care of Detroit, and Meech got to take care of Atlanta, y'all. Salute. This episode was way better than last week's. Way better, y'all. All right. Following episode trailer, what we saw, right? next week on BMF. The end of the song was dope. Big Tank, I see you, cuz. He be finding some shit, man. Finding some shit. The National Sexual Assault and Self-Transitioning Line, fuck. Yo, to anybody that's abused or struggling, and you know somebody that's abused or struggling with self-transition, please call and get them help. They got to do the work, though. They got to do the work. They got to do the work. They got to do the work, though. We see Meech showing up at the little man's funeral from Techwood. Meech tells the crew, we lost a lot of leaders, but now it's time to rise to the occasion. Don't know where that's going to, or if something happened, somebody else get killed during that show, because I don't understand what leaders got killed. We see Henry rid a flamethrower. We see someone sitting in the chair, and she let that flamethrower go. So, what I think, final thoughts. Damn, like 5 characters died in that show, and like I said, the Kevin shit, man, Kevin shit burned me. When you deal with children, your own children that have mental health issues and struggle with self-transition and stuff, man, that's a lot. There's a lot on your boy. R.I.P. to Kev. Henry has too much power on this fucking show. She knows too much. She's a suburban chick that got hood ties and know everything. I don't understand that shit, but she knows too much. And with Brian, I think Brian either has to drop dime on Henry or kill her. You know what I mean? Shit, he can kill her with T. That'd be the best thing, is to link up with T right now. You got to let that shit go. That TME shit, you got to let that shit go, Brian. That ain't the reason that Kev dead. Kev dead because you had that gun from B. Mickey that you took from evidence to try to exploit B. Mickey to tell on Meech and T, and he didn't. With 2 bodies on that bitch. So now, we passed all that. You done lost your job over that shit. You better get your shit right with BMF. Because Henry gonna take you out, B. That shit, when Henry took out your child, that wasn't T and Meech, man. Get with T and kill Henry. That's what I need my man to do. All right, y'all. Easter weekend, Resurrection Sunday for the New Age Christians. We're still in Ramadan for the Muslims. I'm still practicing Ramadan. I'm not a Muslim and I'm not a Christian. I'm spiritual. My birthday is tomorrow. I'll be 47 years old on the 30th. Shout out to me. I haven't been drinking for 30. I said I'm going to do whole Ramadan, no alcohol, no cigars, no nothing. I need stress relief. I've been playing a lot of video games, making music and stuff like that. But just being able, I drink for the taste, not for nothing. So we'll see. I'm definitely popping a bottle at midnight tonight, though. Salute. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Listen to and follow the network on various platforms. ConfidenceInTheClutch.podbean.com, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Follow, share, rate, and review is important. Follow us on X and Instagram at K&K. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Weekly, Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, DZ, Deezus, DZD, Dizos, Don P, Don D, Little D, Don Rilla, Digger, host of the BMF Reverberation podcast, the Confidence in the Clutch podcast about their acclaimed TV series BMF. Have a safe and healthy night, y'all. If you're listening during the daytime, credit grade on purpose, man. Take care of your mental health. Help people that's been sexually assaulted and struggling with their mental health. Some people have gone through too, like Kev did. Be there for them. Help them out. Just don't help them do no bullshit. And then it's time and place to rather you got to kill a motherfucker, get the police involved, or somebody fuck with them. You know what I mean? Y'all already know, man. I'm out this bitch. Happy birthday to me. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.